near 16 miles per hour, with maximum sustained winds increasing to near 50 miles per hour with higher gusts. Secondly, we have Tropical Storm Henri. Henri is now moving westward with no change in strength. And the center of Tropical Storm Henri was located near latitude 30.1 degrees north and longitude 65.7 degrees west, or 160 miles southwest of Bermuda. Henri is currently moving towards the west near 8 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds near 65 miles per hour with higher gusts. And for the Bahamas, for our general situation, a weakening high-pressure ridge to the north of the area will generate moderate to locally fresh breezes across the Bahamas through tonight. Beachgoers.
This is the ZNS Network, providing radio and high-definition television services for the entire Bahamas. ZNS Network is operated by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. It is located at Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive, Centerville, Nassau. Our programming is designed to inform, educate, and entertain. We invite you to join us.
The following is a preamble of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Whereas 481 years ago, the rediscovery of this family of islands, rocks and keys, heralded the rebirth of the New World. And whereas the people of this family of islands, recognizing that the preservation of their freedom will be guaranteed by a national commitment to self-discipline, industry, loyalty, unity, and an abiding respect for Christian values and the rule of law. Now, know we therefore, we the inheritors of and successors to this family of islands, recognizing the supremacy of God and believing in the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, do hereby proclaim in solemn praise the establishment of a free and democratic sovereign nation, founded on spiritual values, and in which no man, woman, or child shall ever be slave or bondsman to anyone, or their labor exploited, or their lives frustrated by deprivation, and do hereby provide by these articles for the indivisible unity and creation under God of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
It's Wednesday, August 18th, 2021. The morning edition is live. On today's show, delays continue in public health care. Another man losing his life to gunfire. John Crowell leads Connecticut to another big win in the WNBA. And we go Connecticut Island style. So let's start the morning off right. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Desmond Saunders. Well, the weekend is almost here.
It's almost here. It's like the middle
Wednesday.
of the week. Ah, thank God. Thank
I'm
God.
happy.
You're happy? You're excited?
Excited. And speaking of storms, LaDawn, you know, Grace is out there in the tropics, so no threat to the Bahamas, but we continue to pray and just keep our fingers crossed.
Because we really can't. We can't afford to have
We can't afford to have another Dorian.
Another Dorian,
no,
definitely
can't
not.
Another Dorian, another storm whatsoever. So we'll just pray and keep and see what's happening.
And you know, yesterday we had an adventure.
Yesterday was fun. I felt like an island boy.
Time yesterday.
LaDawn had me all over the place, looking for Canep, looking for grape.
And we brought them in the studio for, you know, our co-workers to actually get a sample of.
And you cooked. Yeah, I mean, you picked more.
Because you were too busy having a good time.
I was an island boy, just eating.
And it was fun. It was fun. We had a good time.
It was fun.
It
was
different. Randy's father's his tree of some 40 years. So he's going to talk to us a little bit about, you know, the tree and how it bears and when it stops. So, yeah, we're going to hear more about that coming up later on in the show.
Some great stuff, and we've got some local athletes participating in some track and field events, so we have all that good stuff. But we have our trivia, one of the most exciting parts of the show. What is the birth flower of August is the question for our trivia this morning. You want to take a little guess?
I know August.
Don't say the answer.
I know August is emerald green, but I don't know the flower. Yeah.
All right. Well, what is the birth flower of August is the question for our trivia this morning. The number 502-3870. There you go. And phones are. People already calling in for the answer for the trivia. What is the birth flower of August? So we definitely want to get those persons to call in, and backpack is a prize, you know, just in time for school, which makes it more exciting, all right? So what we're going to do is head to traffic. Corporal Camp, Patrick Camp is standing by with today's traffic. What's happening, Patrick?
Good morning, Mr. Sanders. Good morning, the Dawn and crew. Good morning, Bahamas. It is certainly a pleasure to be in the land of the living this morning, and we all should be grateful. As you can see, it's a good morning this morning. It's a beautiful day. Traffic is moving at a moderate pace, and I want to encourage those drivers out there to continue to drive with due care and attention. Please pay attention. It's very important. Be a brother's keeper. There's no need for the road rage. Utilize your seatbelts. Do not use those cell phones while you're driving, and we should be experiencing a good day. Within the last 24 hours, Mr. Sanders, we have had some 16 accidents, and a lot of these accidents can be avoided if we drive with due care and attention. The road rage, I must say, is no need for it. We still have persons who are driving excessively fast throughout our streets. And I'll tell you a joke, we still have persons one or two persons who may be driving excessively slow. And exercise patience with those people. I was behind a driver the other day, and I needed to get somewhere in quick time, and this person was driving very slow. When I had an opportunity to get around the person, I realized that it was a nice little old lady who could barely see over the steering wheel, and she was taking her time going where she had to go. And I had to laugh to myself and say, well, I was a bit upset, but it was unnecessary. And I'm going to encourage the officers out there today to continue community policing. Talk to these persons who come in contact with, and you'll realize that some persons are going through some stuff out there, whether it's your family members, some friends, even some of our colleagues. I want to encourage the officers that continue doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job, and continue in this blessed day. Back to you in studios, Mr. Sanders and the Dawn.
Thank you very much, Corporal Camp, giving us the latest in traffic. Currently in the capital, 81 degrees, partly sunny skies. The winds east-southeast, 10 miles per hour. The humidity, 83%. The pressure, 30.08. And we go back because we have some current conditions, general conditions in the forecast today. A weakening high-pressure ridge to the north of the area will generate moderate to locally fresh breezes across the Bahamas through tonight. Beachgoers should exercise caution due to the slight risk of rip currents along eastern shorelines, and residents are urged to remain hydrated and limit outdoor activities as heat indices are expected to soar into the triple digits. Weather partly sunny to sunny and hot with isolated showers and the chance of isolated thunderstorms today, becoming mostly fair and warm with a few light showers tonight. Small craft caution is in effect for the central and southeast Bahamas, and winds east to southeast 10 to 15 knots in the northwest Bahamas, increasing 15 to 20 knots in the central and southeast Bahamas. Now back to your extended forecast there. Thursday, thunderstorm in the PM with 90 degrees, trailing moisture from Henry will increase shower chances. High pressure ridge continues to weaken through Friday. And as you look at Friday, pleasant with clouds and sun with 89 degrees.
Delays continue across the public healthcare system as a one-day sick-out has now ballooned into more than a week, forcing authorities to implement measures to mitigate the widespread impact. The situation has forced the Public Hospitals Authority to again urge patients to use community clinics for non-emergency or urgent care. It's due to an increasing number of cases for emergency care that the hospital's emergency department is operating at a capacity. The Ministry of Health's latest release on COVID-19 showing a big dip in new cases after reporting 131 new cases the previous day. The latest numbers show a total of 55, 24 here in New Providence, 14 in Exuma, 6 each in Grand Bahama and Abaco, 4 in Eleuthera, and 1 in Andros for a total of 16,723. 25 of the new cases are male, the other 30 are female. Hospitalizations have also dropped to 137, but patients in the intensive care unit have increased to 19. 2,920 cases remain active. There have been 97 new recoveries, bringing that number to 13,361. The COVID-19 death toll remains at 313, with 2 additional deaths now under investigation. Minister of Education, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, apologizing for a misunderstanding made about a comment he made on Monday regarding vaccinations. He clarified the matter this way.
No person in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is required to have a COVID-19 vaccination. Nobody. No adult, no child. Nobody. What I said was, any child entering a public school for the very first time, that is the student who is coming into either preschool or grade 1, would have to show proof of immunization.
Mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations could be in the pipeline for the armed forces, but National Security Minister, the Honorable Marvin James, says he's not quite sure the Bahamas is there yet. He says factoring into their discussions on the way forward is the circumstances for Defense Force Marines who are often confined together on a boat while carrying out their duties.
We're looking at some options. We continue to meet and discuss these things on a weekly basis and monitor how the virus is affecting our agencies. Let's say we have 4 or 5 vessels out there, and you have 1 or 2 persons on board those vessels. I mean, you have to shut down all of those vessels. And so we're looking at situations like that. We're trying to avoid it. The Defense Force came up with a very ingenious idea or a genius a strategy, which is before they board those vessels to go out, they're placed in a bubble. But even that, too, sometimes when you have to go certain places and interact with persons, that becomes a little bit more challenging as well.
16,000 Bahamians continue to benefit from the unemployment program facilitated by the National Insurance Board. Minister with responsibility for national insurance, the Honorable Brenzo Roll, says that the number is down from about 34,000 people who were receiving payments when the initiative first started in early 2020.
Many of these individuals have not in the past contributed to NIB, but they've benefited through the program because of the government's commitment to making sure that those persons had bread on the table.
A father of 7 gunned down in broad daylight steps away from a home he was visiting in Fox Hill. From all reports, Novato Nairn, the country's latest homicide victim, was through Hart Hill Avenue and Collie Bluff Lane on Tuesday morning when he was approached by a lone gunman who shot him about the body before running off. Nairn, in his early 40s, died on the scene. Superintendent Michael Johnson from the Criminal Investigations Unit provided details on the scene.
A male victim was leaving a residence just behind me. Just as he was about to enter into his vehicle, he was approached by a male who was armed with a handgun, who approached him and shot him multiple times about the body. The basic information is that this person came on foot and left in a northern direction.
And when we come back, changes ahead of the Road Traffic Department, so keep it locked.
Activate your power with the new Scotia Card MasterCard Debit. Experience the power of convenience with speedy payments made with a simple tap. Feel the power of safety with enhanced security from our chip and pin technology, which grants you extra protection at the ATM, online, and at point of sale protection. Your access is granted. Make purchases here or when you choose to travel with priceless MasterCard offers. Activate your power with the new Scotiabank MasterCard Debit Card.
How the smartest shoppers are shopping in Nassau. Variety disposable products versus the other guys. $120.40 versus $150. Variety disposable products, 25% savings. Bingo, save $3. Padilla, save $2. Bounty hand towel, $1. And that's how the smartest shoppers saved over $30 on this cart at Variety Disposable.
It's a part of all of our lives. ZNS TV is where we go for information, entertainment, and enjoyment. ZNS is there with something for everyone. ZNS TV, a part of our lives for 40 years.
Welcome back to the morning edition. Well, before the end of the year, motorists can expect to see a number of changes at the country's road traffic department.
The next time you head out to inspect or license your car, ensure that your debit or credit card is handy. The Road Traffic Department is going cashless.
I want to say to members of the public that I encourage those who don't have a credit card or a debit card to get one of the above. If not, then you will have to come to road traffic, do all the necessary transactions, and find yourself going back to a financial institution.
Acting Controller of the Road Traffic Department, Bradley Sand, says the move to the cashless system is necessary.
You see right here at Fort Charlotte Police Station where we are today. It is a smooth and effective operation as a result of us having appointments online and person coming with their credit cards only. It also takes away the need or the temptation for armed robberies at this establishment. And so because there's no cashier, they're only credit receipts. And so the operation is quicker and it's smoother.
Officials hoping the new cashless system will continue to generate revenue and promote greater efficiency and transparency. And as the rollout begins, motorists now being advised to be prepared.
The major problem that we have at the stadium is that a lot of persons come to the stadium for transfers of vehicles. And when they come for transfers of vehicles, they don't have all of the necessary documents that they need. And so they find themselves in a line for a longer period of time than necessary. Persons need to go to the road traffic website and familiarize themselves on what all they need to do when they come in to transfer vehicle, when they come and apply for driver's permit, when they come in to go on a practical exams. All this stuff is right, all of this information is right on the road traffic website. And so if you come in to transfer a vehicle, you need to know if you're the first and second owner, if you're the third owner, what is required of you. You need to make sure that the title certificate is properly signed and that the person who you're purchasing a vehicle from sign that document the way it is signed in the system. If not, you'll need some challenges, you'll need some delays, and you'll find yourself going back and forward. One of the other challenges that we find at the stadium that should not be happening is people find themselves coming to the stadium for a driver's license. There's no need to come to the stadium for driver's license. You could get driver's license online.
The new cashless system comes into effect later this year. Motorists still have time to adjust to the new changes. Now, many of the services of the Road Traffic Department already available online.
There's when I went to get Purple Rain, a license.
That's
and
the name of your car?
Name of the car. My Honda car is purple.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I named it Purple Rain, and it was awesome.
Wow, yeah. So had an opportunity to speak to the controller yesterday, and as you're aware, LaDon, many of these government services are now going online and directing locals and residents to go online for services. And so with road traffic, as you heard in that report, to promote efficiency and transparency, make sure everything is okay. You don't have to stand on the long lines and wait and all of that. So we'll see how it goes before the end of the year.
Did you have a good experience?
Yeah, very good experience.
Cashless, I love cashless, yeah.
I went to register and license my car, was out before less than 20 minutes, actually. Less than 20 minutes. So, yeah, they're doing a great job then. Hats off to the workers at the Fort Charlotte and the stadium, the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. All right. Working hard. So our next story this morning, Caribbean governments should ramp up social assistance while supporting financial sector institutions. This coming from a new report from the World Bank. The bank is encouraging policymakers to adopt a forward-looking approach amid an expected 4.6% drop in regional GDP for 2021. Now, the bank's chief economist, Martin Rama, says challenges remain among several Latin American and Caribbean countries in, quote, protecting lives and limiting the impact of the economic fallout. Rama suggests coherent, targeted policies at an unprecedented level. Now, as the region responds to COVID-19 with closures and quarantines, the World Bank urged island governments to strike the right balance between health costs and the long-term impact on the economy. Additionally, the bank is encouraging direct government support for important firms and sectors alongside targeted incentives for banks to fiscally support small and medium-sized enterprises.
September 6th, thousands, if not hundreds, of students and teachers and administrators in the Catholic schools will return to the classroom for hybrid learning, signaling the beginning of another academic year under a COVID environment. But with the cases of COVID-19 reaching record numbers in country every day, the director of the Catholic Board, Claudette Roll, who is also vaccinated, encouraged members of her team and the public to do the same.
About 95% of our administrators are vaccinated. And so we're very happy with that. With regards to the faculty and the support staff, when we closed school, we had about 10 to 15%. I don't know what the percentage is now, and so that is something that we will have to really look at when the teachers return on the 30th. We are not making the vaccination mandatory because we can't, but we certainly are strongly encouraging.
With the Pfizer vaccine readily available for children between the ages of 12 to 17, when asked if any of the currently enrolled or new students were given consent by their parents to take the vaccine, Roll responded this way.
We've not received any inquiries, not to this point, but again, with the Pfizer coming out, with the Pfizer being here, and it being available to students, we are again strongly encouraging parents to consider having their children vaccinated. It's not a mandate, it's an encouragement, and it's a recommendation, because the goal at the end of the day is, even if you are, and the statistics has shown, the science has shown, that even if you do get COVID, the effects from COVID, or the effects from COVID, are not as devastating as those for unvaccinated.
Well, Desmond, I don't know if you notice, every morning I bring my orange or my grapefruit just to keep my immune system boosted, because, you know, we are here early in the morning from 5 a.m. in the morning, so we have to make sure that our immune systems are boosted to fight COVID-19.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah,
vitamin D is also very important, and the cases continue to soar. I just read this morning 27 million cases in the United States.
Yes.
So It's really serious.
Yeah, definitely. And as we head to the break, we take a look back at a day in Bahamian history. On August 18, 1935, Bahamian educator and the first president of the College of the Bahamas, Dr. Keva Bethel, was born. In 1995, she was honored as a companion in the Order of St. Michael and St. George. Dr. Bethel died from ovarian cancer in 2011. Also on August 18, 1979, quarter-miler Christine Amatil was born. She won numerous international medals for the Bahamas, both individuals and on relays. Happy 42nd birthday, Christine.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
We must make sure that your mission is intact. Yes, Mom! Agent 1, what is a touch? Physical contact, Mom. Agent 2, what is a good touch? Touches that make you feel alright, Mom. Such as? A high five, a handshake, even a kiss, Mom. Good. Now, Agent 3, what is a bad touch? Touches that make you feel not so good, Mom. Like a slap, a kick, a pinch. And most important, if someone touches your private part. And what do we do when someone gives us a bad touch? We tell a trusted adult, Mom, for help, Mom. Tell them, don't do that, Mom. Agent, I see that you understand. Now it's your mission to spread this information. Just remember that good touches are okay. And bad touches are not okay. So, Agent, go spread the word. Yes, Mom.
Well, a strong start for Team Bahamas of the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Kenya. The women's 100-meter heat were first on the track. Camille Rutherford won her heat in 11.59 seconds and moved on to the semifinals later this morning. LaCarthia Cooper was also in the women's 100-meter heats. She finished 7th in 12.30 seconds and did not advance. The Bahamas, with two competitors in the men's 100-meter heats as well, both advanced to the semifinals later this morning. Wendell Miller was second in heat in 10.51 seconds. That was his personal best time. Carlos Brown also ran a personal best time of 10.53 seconds, finishing his heat in third place. Now, in addition to the 100-meter semifinals, the men's javelin qualification is also scheduled for later this morning. Keyshawn Strawn is in the field for the Bahamas. He will need to throw 239 feet 6 inches or be in the top 12 to advance to the final, and we'll all be watching, okay? So, interesting stuff. Well, women's 400-meter Olympic champion Shanae Miller-Ebo is continuing to make public appearances. She received another Hero's Welcome at the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources. The ministry presented the Golden Girl with some tokens of their appreciation to celebrate her newest accomplishment.
The country is moved not just by your talent, but the kind of person you are even off the track. The way you honor God for having blessed you with skills, and the way in which you have woven your way into the hearts of Bahamians, because clearly your focus is on elevating the country's stature.
In 2016, where there perhaps was doubt, you proved that hard work, resolve, dedication, and humility wins gold. We are proud of you and your accomplishments, but most importantly, the person that you are today.
Thank you to everyone who supported me for all the prayers. I really do appreciate it, and I really just feel everyone's energy back in Tokyo, and I'm glad to be able to come back home and celebrate with you guys.
Well, another strong performance last night for Jaquel Jones in the WNBA. She had 17 points, 13 rebounds for the Connecticut Sun in a win over the Minnesota Lynx. Now, those same two teams play again tomorrow. And we've got so much coming up, so some good stuff. Kidnapping.
I can't wait to eat them. I'm just...
And that has great nutritional value, right?
I think it's good for low blood pressure, I think cardiovascular, even for strokes perhaps, so yeah.
There's so much. Okay. Stay with us, more after this.
ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Watch our live channel to keep up with what's going on in the nation. News updates, we've got you covered. Tune into our radio stations with just a swipe. On the road, on the go, we're here with you. Available for download on the App Store and the Google Play Store.
Nature-based tourism supplies almost $50 million in revenue for Androsians every year. These priceless resources will continue to provide renewable benefits for thousands of people for years to come, as long as we take long-term action to preserve what's rightfully ours. The natural environment has played a vital role in our culture and economy for generations. Let's take care of nature, and nature will take care of us.
Well, it's time to eat, and the morning team did something a little different this morning as we ventured out into the Chippenham community in search of some Bahamian fruits that's now in season. We stumbled across a 40-year-old ganap tree owned by resident Alan Knowles. He's the father of our very own cameraman Randy Knowles and did some down-home ganap picking. Take a look at our morning adventure.
I'm picking, definitely. I will let you guys know how much ganap I get at the end of the day.
Real island life experience today.
Sweet. How often does it be there?
Once a year.
Oh, they're once a year. And they last how long? How long do they last?
Well, this the maximum would be there for August. Yeah, she starts to drop now.
Who has the most ganap? Me or Jasmine? We're gonna have a look. Take a look, son. Take a look.
I believe she has more than me.
Jasmine was too busy eating. Jasmine, definitely you had a great time. I mean, we couldn't show everything.
I felt like a little boy.
You did?
Yesterday, yeah. You got to do that more often.
Yeah, but I know you wanted to climb the tree because I wanted to get on the truck to actually get up higher to get some of those.
I advise you not to do so.
Yeah, definitely, because I had on a skirt, so yeah. I had to be a lady yesterday. And we have a winner for the trivia question. We have the winner,
and Destiny Seymour is the winner for our trivia this morning. What is the birth flower of August? Gladiola. Yeah. So, Destiny, you can pick up your gift here. A nice back-to-school backpack for just in time for school. So
I would have never guessed gladiola. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, it's kind of different.
It's been a great show.
Awesome. Yeah. So we can't wait for tomorrow and Friday. Entertainment on Friday as well. Yes. And be sure to stay tuned to the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 and the Bahamas tonight at 7. And that's it for us this morning, Desmond.
That's it.
For the entire team. Have a great morning, everyone.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.